Weekend edition. We're glad you could join us. We invite you to engage with us on our social media handles at TV47 News on Twitter, TV47 Kenya on Facebook, and my handle on Twitter or X, I like to call it Twitter though, is at Grace Kuria KE. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Rhoda Nyamai, and my name is Grace Kuria Kanja. Now, Azimio la Umoja, One Kenya coalition party, has termed the first year of President William Ruto's regime as a disastrous year for Kenyans over, among other things, the failure to honor its promises. Azimio says it is the work of government to provide solutions and not complain and give excuses when it fails to fulfill its promises. Elizabeth Mutuku leads us off tonight.
Speaking at the presentation while releasing their scorecard of Kenya Kwanza's regime's first year of governance, Azimio Brigade led by Raila Odinga says the first year of President Ruto's regime has been disastrous, dismal and difficult for Kenyans, thus rating them at 30%, equivalent to D-.
Our scorecard for this regime is 30%. That is D-.
Azimio Brigade says the government has failed to implement the ambitious campaign promises it made to Kenyans, warning the Kenya Kwanza regime of ongoing lamentations on global economic challenges, insisting should be out to provide solutions.
Tulisema punda imechoka. Leo tunasema punda imeanguka. Mzigo umekuwa kubwa zaidi, sasa punda imeanguka chini.
The work of management is not to explain problems, is to solve problems. The point of having a government is not so that they can explain to the citizen what the problem is. The point is for government to be able to solve those problems.
Conversations on the state of economics, education, health, devolution, legal and governance, gender and youth, as well as housing, were among those presented by Azimio Economic Council, downgraded the Kenya Kwanza administration of taking over devolved functions like health, agriculture, housing, among others.
This last budget, 37 billion, was put to the national government. What business does the national government have to do with health when the people dealing with healthcare are the governors?
Even for people who are known children rapists were given pardon. People who had committed corruption cases were given pardon. And this is one of the things that Azimio will be going to court to challenge.
Sanya imeshafika milioni 10 na zaidi. Sasa imetosha gari. Na tunajua yale kile ambayo tutafanya na hiyo sahihi. Mara hii haitakuwa sisi tunaambia wananchi warudi kwa barabara. Hapana. Wananchi wakirudi watarudi kwa mambo mengine tofauti kabisa.
On law and governance, Raila and his brigade maintained that corruption and lack of constitutionalism has been order of the day by Kenya Kwanza regime, especially on thwarting human rights during protests and what they term as quest by President Ruto to scatter multi-party democracy by invading Azimio One Kenya affiliate parties.
Wanaingia vile kwa wabunge wa ODM. Wanaona vile wanavyoongea, vile wanavyosifu serikali, watafanya pamoja na serikali, na wao wanasema wao ni wanachama wa ODM. Haya yote ni kuhakikisha kwamba hakuna upinzani katika bunge.
Azimio One Kenya leadership has discredited Kenya Kwanza government performance 1 year later in what they say their sell of hope to Kenyans has turned out to be disastrous, stating they will reveal their next move soon. Elizabeth Mutuku, TV47, Nairobi.